Presenting today's star co-host, Kayla Gray.
There she is. This is so exciting. There you are, the star wife. We got the star wife for Kayla.
Oh,
Hi,
hello,
Kayla.
y'all. Hi.
You didn't know we were doing that
I had
for you.
no idea. Y'all played me.
It was a
It is too
special-
early in the show for these surprises.
Well, Dan gets skittish with all that stuff, so we thought, we'd have some fun. We love boat it up a little bit.
Oh, a little something, something.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. You're here all week with us.
I feel bad for you.
No,
and you
it's
at
gonna
home.
be great.
But here we are.
It's going to be fantastic. It's wonderful. And so you're filling in all week, and you couldn't have picked a better week because I know
Yes.
you're a huge NBA fan. And Sunday was kind of crazy.
It appears the NBA is drunk. The NBA is drunk. They don't know what they're doing.
And it continues as we go along here. I mean,
Yes.
things might change as the show continues, but the big news was the fact that Adrian Wojnarowski reporting Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and DeAndre Jordan all expected to sign with the
Wow.
Brooklyn Nets. Durant announced his intent to sign with the Nets on Instagram. It's a 4-year, $164 million deal. He is, of course, expected to miss next season as he recovers from a torn Achilles that he suffered in the NBA Finals against Toronto. Irving's deal, a reported 4-year, $141 million max deal. Players can officially start signing their contracts as of July the 6th. So here they are, the new big three.
DeAndre Jordan's really going to be considered up in this big three?
It seems like a stretch.
Okay.
Now, Brooklyn has also, and we're going to talk about that, I guess Kayla's going to talk about this right now, because Brooklyn was also active in moving out a guy who was a big part of their future as of last season.
Oh, yes. And for that, we will hear from Josh Lewenberg.
Oh, there we go.
Leo Rautins, just a few years ago, the Brooklyn Nets were a laughingstock. They didn't have their picks. They had moved them to Boston in one of the worst trades ever. The future looked bleak. Last year they made the playoffs, but now signing Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving signifies one of the most impressive turnarounds we've seen in a while now. They still have some things to figure out in the short term. KD's going to miss most of, if not all of next season, but this was a big coup for them.
Yeah, well, right off the bat, you got to tip your hat to Sean Marks. Just a tremendous job with the leadership of this organization. Since he's come over there, he's brought in players that fight, scrap, and they created a different culture that works to get players like Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And then you throw caution to the wind. You say, okay, you know what? We're going to give Kevin Durant max money. We know we're probably not going to have him all of next season, but this guy is worth it. He's going to take us where we want to go. The only issue is Kyrie Irving. He's a great player. He can win you games. He can take over games, but his leadership and his divisiveness has been questioned with teams. How is he going to be, especially in a year, without KD on the floor?
Now, the only guy, it seems like, that was actually following the rules today, waiting until 6 p.m. and maybe even waiting longer than that to take his meetings, Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi Watch. True to form, he doesn't seem to be rushed. He's going at his own pace. It's the way that he plays the game. When are you expecting to hear something from the Kawhi camp?
When he's ready. When Kawhi Leonard is ready to make that decision. So he already said he wants to meet with the Clippers. He wants to talk to the Los Angeles Lakers and see what everybody's got to say, hear all their sales pitch. Now, here's the thing with Kawhi. He's not going to panic. He's not going to rush any decision. He's going to make it when he is comfortable. And I think part of that is that's how he's evaluating everybody. And he's also listening to everything that's being said out there, because here's a guy that likes to keep his circle tight. He wants to make sure things are the way he wants them. And I think it's going to weigh into that decision when he sits down for the Raptors for the closing interview.
And now Leo Rautins made a prediction on here earlier. He said the Knicks would strike out. Now, they did sign Julius Randle, but
exactly, you gave $63 million to a guy that's not going to help you. Now, R.J. Barrett, Iggy Brzdrikis, you guys are going to have fun because you're going to get a lot of shots, a lot of touches, and you're going to be able to do whatever you want, but you're not going to win a lot of games because your organization is terrible.
Well, free agency underway, the clock is ticking, and now it's all about Kawhi Watch.
Don't we feel bad for those Knicks fans? Yes, we do. All right, well, the Golden State Warriors are reportedly close to acquiring D'Angelo Russell from the Nets in part of a three-team sign-and-trade deal. Russell would sign a 4-year, $117 million deal with the Warriors. The first time All-Star became expendable when the Nets earlier this season signed Kyrie Irving. The Warriors are sending Iggy Andre Iguodala as well as a draft pick to Memphis. A lot more tape as Jimmy Butler has agreed to sign and trade to the Miami Heat. Butler will sign a 4-year, $142 million deal with Miami. Last season, Butler averaged 18.2 points per game in 55 games with the Philadelphia 76ers. He was acquired in mid-season deal with the Timberwolves after requesting a trade. Going back to the Sixers is Josh Richardson. And Al Horford has agreed to a 4-year, $109 million deal with the Sixers. Horford spent the last 3 seasons with the Celtics before opting out of the final year of his contract earlier this year. Last season with the Celtics, a 5-time All-Star average just over 13 points a game and just under 7 rebounds. Moves. Lots of moves. I mean, look at all of that. Also, we should mention Klay Thompson, not going anywhere, signing a 5-year max contract with the Warriors. The Celtics have also signed Kemba Walker to a 4-year, $141 million deal. And Tobias Harris, he is cashing in and collecting that bag. Agreed to a return to Philly with a 5-year, $180 million contract.
You know, it's a big day when Klay Thompson is another notable signing.
Yeah.
This year, the year was 2007. Here it is, an 8-year-old Vladdy Guerrero Jr.
Aww.
watching his dad win the home run derby at the Major League Baseball All-Star Game in San Francisco. 12 years later, Vladdy Jr. is going to try to win the home run derby on his own in his first season in the majors. It's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, he is the youngest player in history to participate in the home run derby, besting another junior, the kid himself, the Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr., by a few days. I didn't do the math. I don't know exactly. But the bottom line is these 3 players, the only 20-year-old players, 116 days. Thank you, Hound Dog, our stats guy. The only 20-year-old players to ever participate in the home run derby. Baseball also announcing the reserves for the All-Star game, and Marcus Stroman will be the Jays' lone representative. It is his first career All-Star nod. Stroman, a 5-9 record, 18 starts this year. He's been so great lately. I almost feel bad bringing those stats up. He's been so terrific, and he's obviously pretty pumped.
Called me to the office before the game. It was I kind of had a hunch when I was getting called in there. I haven't been called into the office all year. And considering that today was the day that they were released, I kind of had a hunch. So definitely brought tears to my eyes when I was when he first told me. And like I said, this is not, I can't take credit for this. It's a product of everybody around me and everyone that's helped me.
This is such a great story. Calgary native Mike Soroka was selected to the National League All-Star team, his first selection. He has been lights out this season, a 9-1 record, the MLB's second best ERA at 2.13. So let's see how the Blue Jays did. Lots of fans there Sunday before Canada Day, taking on KC. Luke Maile, bottom of the second. Jorge Soler tracking the sunshine. The dome was open. It falls. 2 runs will come in. Jays take a 2-1 lead. Soler, he was wearing glasses, still couldn't make the play. A couple batters later, it is the smoke monster himself destroys this. This is part of a 5-run inning for Toronto. Smoke actually had 2 on the game. And Vladdy actually had the day off, but still has the Old Dutch sunflower seeds. Old Dutch, a fine product from Manitoba. Aaron Sanchez looking for his first win since April the 27th. That is a streak of 11 straight winless starts. That streak would continue 3rd inning. Alex Gordon a single, 2 runs cash. Sanchez lasts just 3 innings. It is the 4th straight start. He's given up 6+ runs. It's just been a disaster for him.
That is not good.
It has been a disaster, Kayla, for Aaron Sanchez. Bottom half, another defensive blunder by the Royals. Teoscar Hernandez sends one up near the plate. 2 KC players actually collide.
That also is not good. No.
So the Royals wish the dome was closed. We're going to the 5th inning now. Soler is now at the dish, and he destroys that one the other way. And he watches it go a little bit here. Oh, he's loving it. He has something to say to Nick Kingham as well. Soler, 22nd home run of the year. And yeah, the two didn't like each other. Royals won this one 7-6. When we return, the NHL's free agent frenzy is on the horizon. Edmonton has found their new man between the pipes, and so much more to talk about. There he is, Mike Smith. That's next. SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, presented by Tim Hortons with Kayla Gray.
Hey!
You're watching Jay and Dan with Kayla.
Hey!
Matt Duchene is close to signing with the Nashville Predators. That's her signature catchphrase on the show. Very Henry Winkler. Contract can't be negotiated until Monday, of course, but it looks like he's going to sign a deal worth $56 million over 7 years. Duchene, 31 goals, 39 helpers last season in 73 games with Columbus and Ottawa. Mike Smith, your new Edmonton Oilers, spent the last 2 seasons in Calgary, going to push Mikko Koskinen. It's a $2 million deal with potentially $2 million more in performance bonuses. And Cam Talbot, the former Oiler tender, expected to go to Calgary. The Oilers have also bought out 33-year-old defenseman Andrei Sekera. He spent parts of 4 seasons in Edmonton. Injury issues, played just 60 games the last 2 seasons combined. The buyout will affect the Oilers' cap for the next 4 seasons, costing $2.5 billion for the next 2 seasons, $1.5 billion for the final 2 seasons. The Montreal Canadiens have traded Andrew Shaw to the Blackhawks in exchange for a package of draft picks, including a 2nd rounder in 2020 and a 3rd rounder in 2021. Shaw spent first 5 seasons of his career with Chicago before he was dealt to the Habs in 2016. And Montreal was not done, trading Nicolas Deslauriers to Anaheim for their 4th round pick in 2020. In total, the Habs shipping out a total of $4.85 million in salary between the 2 trades. The Hurricanes have acquired James Reimer from the Panthers in exchange for Scott Darling and a 6th rounder in 2020. Reimer, goals against just over 3, save percentage around 936 games for Florida last season. The Panthers bought out Darling's contract and still have no goaltenders returning from last season. Bobrovsky! Tim Hortons drive-through. The Brooklyn Nets are set to sign Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. According to our friend ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Durant plans to sign a 4-year, $164 million deal. Irving will sign 4 years, $141 million. The players can officially sign their contracts beginning July the 6th. Blue Jays lost again, 7-6 to the Royals, and Aaron Sanchez continues to struggle. Gave up 6 runs on 7 hits in just 3 innings. His ERA sits at 6.31. Staying with the Jays, though, Marcus Stroman has been named as the lone representative for the All-Star game. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. has been named as a participant in the Home Run Derby. He is the youngest player in Major League history to compete in the Derby, besting the great Ken Griffey Jr.
Well, apparently there was a home run derby going down across the pond. Yankees-Red Sox, 2nd game from London, England. The teams combined for 30 runs in Saturday's game, the 2nd most ever between the Yankees and Red Sox. And Boston kept the offense rolling early. Man on for Xander Bogaerts. And he takes Steven Tarpley yard. Bogaerts 60th of the season. Sox up 2-0 after Genie Martinez hit a solo bomb.
Christian Vasquez to the opposite field. Judge back on this one, and this one is gone. Oh, man, picking up right where they left off yesterday.
That was Christian Vasquez money. The first time the Red Sox have hit 3 home runs in the first inning of a game since 1979. 4-0 Boston after 1. Meantime, Red Sox bullpen allowed 11 runs in Saturday's game. Struggles continuing on Sunday. 1-run game in the 7th, and Gary Sanchez gives the Yankees their first lead. Cashes 2 with a single, and it goes 5-4. Still in the 7th. Red Sox on their 3rd reliever of the inning. DJ LeMahieu knocks in 2 with a ground rule double, and he's hitting 484 during a 14-game hit streak. Yankees just explode for 9 in the inning, en route to a 12-8 win. The teams combined for 50 runs over the 2-game series, the most in a 2-game series between them.
Christian Yelich, 0 for 6 since recording hit number 999 on Thursday. His Brewers taking on the Pirates, and after a flyout in the 1st, Yelich.
Deep left field. It is off the wall. Yelich on his way to 2nd, and
right.
Everyone calm down.
Call me when we get to 3,000. Bottom 8, tied at 1, Eric Baines. Solo shot, 12th home run, and 5th against the Pirates this season. And the Brewers double up the box.
All right, so Saturday's matchup between the Lions and Stamps set the table for a very intriguing Mike Riley, Bo Levi Mitchell matchup. Now, the first 3 quarters came as advertised, but then came the 4th, where Mitchell had to leave the game with a shoulder injury. Now, sure, Nick Arbuckle more than held it down for the Stamps, but it's still pretty concerning, the thought of missing your #1 center for an extended amount of time. On Sunday, Mitchell provided an update on his condition.
Feeling tight. I'll basically get an MRI on Tuesday, kind of find out exactly what it is and find out the timeline from there. As of right now, we just don't know. The ultrasound, showed some things, and we'll go get it looked at, and then just kind of find out. It was actually the second to last throw. I just, Didi was kind of getting pushed back into me, and as I went to finish the throw, felt that. I almost kind of tried to stop myself and use more arm, and I think that just kind of, that's what did it right there. So I tried to stay in one more play. When I threw the next one, I knew I couldn't do it. I'm just glad it's not my shoulder, so that's something we're not looking at right now. It's more my pec. So we'll, once I get the MRI, I'll know for sure timeline-wise.
All right, so Bo Levi Mitchell has been nothing short of dominant since taking over as the Stamps starter in the 2014 season. Since then, he has led Calgary to 4 Grey Cups with 2 victories and has twice won the Most Outstanding Player award in 2016 as well as 2018.
Well, this is very exciting because we get to walk over to the other side.
This is terrifying. I got heels that I'm just not used to. Y'all ain't gonna get me this first day.
You seem very concerned about this walk,
Listen, we gotta slow and steady this. I've been eyeing this set for a while now, trying to figure out how I'm gonna walk. We're gonna slow this down. Look at this.
Man, we are really going slow. This is a new
15
record.
seconds, a personal best.
This is a new record. By the way,
Woo!
Dan makes this walk
dropped.
every day, and Dan's old. Like, it shouldn't be a problem for you.
Listen.
You did it. We
I'm
got
not
here.
as young and spry as people think that I am, okay?
Kawhi Watches is our sponsor. 30 seconds. That is a new record.
Is it actually?
And by the way, I love it. We're going to go for a new record. Now,
tomorrow.
Kayla, this is exciting stuff because, as I mentioned off the top of the show, all this NBA news, and now we have news about a Canadian getting paid.
Yes, secure the bag. Jamal Murray has signed a 5-year, $170 million contract extension with the Nuggets. In his 3rd season in the NBA, Murray averaged 18.2 points and 4.8 assists, helping the Nuggets finish 2nd in the Western Conference last season. Huge, huge. I mean, he would be the highest paid Canadian.
I would say so. Now, so Wiggins signed an extension. I don't know the exact numbers. 148 for 5. So there you go. 170 for 5. You were right.
Friend of TSN.
That's right. Friend of the program. Both of them. Both of them friends of the program.
Get yours, young man. Get yours.
Kitchener-Waterloo, right? Man.
We're just going to have a moment.
So proud
We're just going to have a moment mid-show. Oh.
It's just so exciting. It's like to see Canadians succeeding, and RJ Barrett's obviously the best thing the Knicks have going for them now.
Ooh, those Knicks. Check on your Knicks fans, y'all. Check in on them, please.
Okay, well, I'll switch it up to hockey. Kayla, Saturday, the Penguins traded Phil Kessel to Phoenix for Alex Galchenyuk. Now, Pens GM Jim Rutherford made the move because he claimed Kessel had asked for the trade a couple of times. But Kessel had a different take at a conference call. He said, "I'm not sure that's exactly what happened. Jim came to me one time in December and said, I'll never be a Penguin again. I think he's mistaken a little bit there, but I don't want to get involved in that. I'm not here to tell what really happened and the real truth, but whatever Jim wants to say." I got to be honest, Kayla, I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's like you just working out math with that.
I don't know what he was saying there.
That's the quote you get when you're eating and talking at the same time.
I guess so. I love Phil. I think this is an amazing move for him because he's won his cups. Now he can go to the Sun Belt.
Enjoy the sun.
Just golf and hang out. And
live your best life.
Score 35 goals and everyone will love him. And the other thing is the Arizona Coyotes, as you know, used to be the original Winnipeg Jets. Well, Phil, as we've always known, is a...
it's like Phil Kessel. Phil's a Jets fan.
He's happy. He was
A
so
moment
happy
you would
back
want
then.
back.
He's really, really big into the
You got
Jets.
the receipts. You went deep in the archives for that, eh?
I didn't. I told someone else to do it. Well, it's that time again. Let's check in on Dan's vacation.
Dan!
I don't understand what's going on here. It's just a Sporting Life ad. Wait a minute. What's... Dan's modeling for Sporting Life? Well, he does love to get paid. This has been Let's Check In on Dan's Vacation.
Jennings!
That's right. Twins and White Sox. Jose Rondon at the dish. Right center field. Oh, yeah, this guy, Byron Buxton. That's what he does. That's exactly what he does, game in, game out. Worth the price of admission.
Jennings!
And Royals and Jays, Teoscar Hernandez. Oh! Martin Maldonado, Chelsea Cuthbert collide. Nobody makes the catch. Hey, why don't you take this next one, Kayla?
Hey, Jennings. Just switching it up here.
It's the D-backs and Giants and Kevin Pillar. That's Kevin Pillar? Kayla, what?
Why not?
What's happened
He
to
lost
him?
all his superpowers. Oh, no.
That's what happens when you leave the powerful Blue Jays. Pirates and Bruce. Jeremy Jefferson at the mound. Corey Dickerson. Oh, wow. Ben Gamble. Really like this guy.
Jennings.
Yes, indeed, James. That's right, Kayla. Here's another Canadian. Joey Votto. Kyle Schwarber. What? So the Jays are a mix of good plays and bad plays, but it seems we're getting more of the bad today. Let's see what happens between the Yankees and Red Sox from London, England. This fan, actually, that's very effective if you're a fence sitter.
Johnny's?
Right? You just don't know?
If you don't know, listen, I'm all for it, okay? I'm here for the bandwagon team. I would also like to bring up, we should give a general bly to any Knicks fans. Spike Lee, if you want to go with
Yes.
Brooklyn, we're all right with that. You've
Yes.
been, I know it's through thick and thin, but you've been through it. Through it.
Spike will stick with them.
Yeah.
But actually, they'll all stick with them. They'll continue to stop. Why would they want to suffer like this?
Because the Knicks suck. And the highlight of the night is next.
And now it's the worst play of the day. Luke Maley sends one skyward. Jorge Soler.
Soler, the right fielder, shading his eyes and missed it.
It's got to be a terrifying feeling. That's the worst play of the day. Still, the Jays lost.
Well, time now for your highlight of the night, and for that, let's go to Milwaukee. Tied up at 1 in the 8th when Corey Dickerson drives one the other way, but check out that catch by Ben Gamble. Laying it out full extension to rob Dickerson of extra bases. Milwaukee would score the winning run in the bottom of the frame, and that, my friends, is your highlight of the night.
I just love that guy. I thought you did so well.
Oh, thank you.
In this show, you did
As
so great.
you blew it, it's just popping up on the
Well,
screen.
this is the thing. We always point out our errors. So we have a few. Actually, two are mine. I forgot Josh Lewenberg's name. You saved me right off the top of the show. It was brilliant.
I got you, Jay. I got you.
It was so nice. And then I said Phil Kessel was traded to Phoenix, but of course they're named Arizona now. And it says that you blew it because you said Wei-Yin Chen had 5 earned runs without getting it out. He had four earned runs and 1 unearned. That seems nitpicky to me.
It is nitpicky.
For your first show. So you're going to come back tomorrow?
Well, will you guys have me back? Now, that's the real question.
Glenn?
Glenn's not. Oh,
Glenn says yes. Glenn says yes, it's happening. Dan drops his mic pack every show
like.
and just nearly destroys it. So they're very resilient, those mic